Alan Bortnick, you have a question on hydrofracking?
Yes, I think everybody here can hear me. Marty, several years ago, I spoke with you about fracking. I showed you Gasland and you were horrified by what you saw. Can you explain why you refused to vote to ban fracking in light of what you know today and keep saying over and over again, we gotta wait for somebody to tell us what to do?
I think I answered the question in the last debate for you, and I answered you honestly when I seen you in my office. And what I did say to you, I would like to see the vote that we took on hydrofracking right away. What we asked, you asked us about hydrofracking, and I told you I'm against hydrofracking. I don't want hydrofracking in our watershed. I don't want it anywhere near the city of New York. But I'm going to tell you, if they're looking at upstate New York, who am I to turn around, to stop to turn around these studies from going on to show us whether we can or cannot do it? This is economic development. This is about jobs. And if we can do it safely, we should do it. But if we can't, we should not do it. And it's been going on for 70 years around this country, and it has been going on safely. Have there been accidents? Have there been mistakes? The answer is yes. I don't want to be one of those guys that can say we had an accident here. I want to make sure we did it right from the beginning. And that's why I'm waiting for the studies to come through, and I'm waiting on the governor to see where he goes.
Marty,
they're still going on. Don't say that. They're still going on, and you know they are.
You can always keep talking, but the best experts in the world have told you point blank. You cannot live without clean water.
Alan? Thank you, Alan. Mr. Kemmerer. So, Mr. Golden just said that he believes that we should do safe fracking. And safe fracking is much like the mythical unicorn. It's something we read about, but when you look in reality, it doesn't actually exist. We also heard Senator Golden at the last debate and just now say, our drinking water should be protected, which is commendable. But then he says, but for the rest of the state, you know, if we can make some money, it's hard to know.
He didn't say that.
He did say that. And at the end of the day, when you look at other states who have been fracking for decades, we have a mountain of evidence that shows not just water, but air quality. We find people who get cancer, they get brain disease, they get asthma. There are all kinds of health conditions. And what's more, when you look at the economic benefits, what you find is people who lease their lands do not get the money they were promised. Right? They do not get the money they were promised. The industry goes in and nickels and dimes them. They charge them for this fee and that fee and this fee and that fee, and then they don't get the money they were promised. We also see that people who work for the industry get treated as subcontractors, which means they don't get paid the money that they were promised. In fact, you see a lot of wage theft in this industry. So the idea that this is a real economic boon for this state is just false. And we know that because we can look at decades of evidence in other states who've already been fracking.